Alright, so I have a 2004 Kia Optima. You can see it in the background here, and the driver's side door has been stuck for about a month. I've been sort of dukes of hazarding it, climbing through the driver's side window or going through the passenger side. And man, it gets annoying after a while. I took it to Kia, the dealership. They told me it'd be about $500 to fix it, to replace the parts inside, but that there was a $500 risk also that they would break the door panel. So they quoted me about $1,000, and I said, no, thank you. It's your door. You should fix that, but they wouldn't. So I took it to another mechanic. He couldn't get it open either, and I just decided, heck, I'm gonna try to do it myself. I'll run the risk of breaking it and go from there. So you can see the door here that's open. The first thing I did was took the little speaker off up here in the right corner. Just took a little screwdriver and a flathead and popped that off. Came right off, and then I had to unplug it. You can see it there. I'll go over and show you the inside of the door. Here it is right here. You can see the bottom. You got the door handle there. The next thing I did was I took the door handle out. There's a little, you got the silver piece right here, a little square behind it. Pop that out with like a little razor blade or a flathead, unscrew it. And then the electric components for the window and whatnot, they go right here. This was the hardest part, but once I got that out, it took me about 45 minutes, I think, maybe an hour. What I did was I took a bunch of screwdrivers, and was just basically sticking them down in here and popping this up. And it's hard because you can see these little cardboard, they're like really hard. I don't know if that's cardboard or not, whatever it is, but it's really hard. And so the piece that goes in here is like latched under there. So you got to sort of wiggle it a bunch and pop it out. You can see that there are wires here. You have to unhook those wires when you're done. And once I got this part out and this part out, the next thing I did, and by the way, you can see that I scraped the door up there. I'm just going to get some leather, there's some like adhesive stuff you can do to cover that back up. Now, here's a hole down here. You got to get this screw out, but you can't get this one out because the seat's in the way. If you do, you're lucky, but it doesn't have to come out. Popped this out, by the way, which was probably kind of unnecessary. May have broke that, but not a big deal. I was talking about this. Sorry for the bad camera work. But here's the trick. Here's how you get it off. There's a hole back here. You can see I scraped that up, and then one down here. You can get this one out later. You have to get this one out. There's a little plastic piece. Now, I didn't know it, but there's a screw that goes in there. What you can do is take a little razor blade and pop that piece out. But what you're really going to have to do is just break this. That's the whole key to getting this out. You're going to have to break the little plastic piece that goes there. Let me see if there's one. Yes, here you can see it on the back door. You're going to have to get a tool to break that. What I used was a crowbar. I just kept jamming it in there, and then finally I got a razor blade and just sliced that off. Cut the edge off. Alright, so the next thing I did was I took my flathead again and a bunch of things and just started jamming them down in here. And eventually was able to pull this back. Right, so that's the big thing. I pulled this back. You can see I didn't take it all the way off, just enough. So once you get down in there, you can reach inside your door, right? This is where the components would be, right? And right about here, sorry again for the bad camera work, but right about here is where your door latch is. Now, I had to break a few. I broke that screw that goes there. And then you see down in here, I broke this little plastic screw and I broke this screw. Right? So you're going to break several screws, but that's all right because this sits back, fits together nicely. Okay, and you can actually just super glue it if you want. Or if you get another screw and put it in there, it will tighten. But the whole trick is being able to pull this back so you can get your hand. Now you're going to have to move this this like foam that's in here. Again, I'm really sorry for the bad camera work, but I'm trying to do this and explain it. But there's this foam in here. You have to pull that back. Then you'll be able to see the inner workings of your door. So let me go back over there. So here's the inner workings of the door. And what I did, so when I pulled that foam back, you can see I'm reaching my hand down now through here. See these two rods? This one with the blue one is for your lock. This one is for your door handle. These things are annoying because they get in the way constantly. Here they are right here. This one, the lock one, is in this tube, and this one's the one for the door handle. And you can't really see right at this point because it's dark. Let's see if I can get the flashlight to work. But back in there is the inner workings of the door. Your door lock actuator is down right here where these two screws are. And you have an assembly part right here. And it really forms one big piece. And it connects to the door handle. The door handle is on the other side of that. This where the light's shining right now. So those are all connected by a few rods. All right, so what you got to do first is get this rod right here undone. It's got a little clip on it, so you got to pull it apart. And then there's another rod in the back. Again, you can't really see. You can see it right back there. You got to get that undone. And see the little white clip on it? Knock the clip off. Don't break it because you'll need it later. Once you get it out, you can... There's a video on YouTube about using a Dremel to grind down the piece in this part. Again, there are 1, 2, 3 parts. This middle part is what's causing your door to stay stuck. On the back side of this little claw, if we're looking at it this way, there's going to be a little piece right down in here. And I'll post a link to the other video. The guy did a good job showing what it is, but you have to Dremel down that mechanism. And I picked up a Dremel and some parts today at Lowe's for about 50, 60 bucks. Better than spending $1,000. So you're gonna have to unhook some wires down with this one little wire with this assembly or actuator part down here. And when you put it back in, you'll put this part in first, then this part, and then this part. You're going to have to really have some steady hands. And you'll need a couple sets of hands really to get it done. But now I'm in a position where the door locks since I've Dremeled it. Check this out. I got it closed now. Can open it. One other thing that I did was right here in the fuse box. I took the fuse box lid off, just use a flat head, and you can see right up in the left corner I took those two fuses out. Those are what disable the electric to the door locks and that sort of thing, so it doesn't keep messing with you. But now I can open and close my door. I can lock it. I tried that. Unlock it with the key. Once I put those back in, I'll be able to use the electric locks for the whole car again. So right now on the whole car, the electric locks are disabled because those two fuses are out. You can see them right here. Here's one of the fuses. This one goes where the second one is, and this one, the 15, goes in the top corner. Alright, so there you go. That's what the inside of it looks like. Start here. Get that off. Get the piece behind the door handle off. Get the piece with the buttons off. I'll show you exactly what piece I'm talking about. I'm talking about this piece, which usually sits right here. The way you do that, I'm sorry, it's backwards, is there's a little rubber piece. See that hole? There's a little rubber piece that usually sits in there. Just get a razor blade, a razor knife, pull that little rubber piece off, up, whatever, and you'll see your screw, unscrew it, and you're ready to go. You can start pulling this back. This is the whole key again. Now, one last thing. To get it all to work, to actually get it unlocked, I used one of these paint can opener tools. See, it's got that little clip on the end of there. And so I had that piece on my door pulled back, and I'm sticking this down in here, right, towards this area right here. And there's a little set back here, and so I just started jamming that down there, pulling up, jam down, pull up, until eventually it unlocked. And so if I can show you again real quick, there's a little white, sorry my flashlight's dying here because I've been using it so much. There's a little white box back in there that you should be able to see once you get in your own door. I know this is difficult to see, but you can see it, that white box. Right there where those wires are coming out, or I'm sorry, that rod's coming out, that's where I was putting the little metal piece. Jamming it in there, pull up, jam down, pull up. And eventually, like the whole time I was doing that, I had my wife pulling on the door handle, and eventually doing that simultaneously got the door open. Once we got the door open, I was able to pull the rest of the door panel off without breaking it. And there it is. I'm going to put it back on and put the fuses back in and be good to go. But I'll tell you, this is a real safety hazard. You get in a wreck in the driver's side door, or you get on any of your other doors and you can't get out your driver's side door, you're in trouble. Car gets on fire, you can't get out any of the other doors or your driver's side door, you're in trouble. And so it's really important to have this driver's side door open, but there it is. Took me total, just the whole learning curve, probably about 15 hours. So it's either that or $1,000. I chose to just do it myself, and so there we go. It's just spent about $70 total on parts, but the labor again took a while. So, all right, I hope that helps. This may even help with non-Kia, fixing non-Kia doors, but the real important thing is making sure you get the rods back in the clips that they go into, and try your best not to break anything. Just jam things down here, get that open. You're gonna break some. Look, I broke that there, I broke that there. So when I say don't break anything, I mean don't break the rods that are in the door. These little screws, you don't have to worry about them, because once you get this screwed back, then you're good. And again, you can buy some stuff to fix this leather up. You may not even have leather, so it may not be a big deal to you. But hey, there you go. The 2004 Kia Optima door that was locked is now fixed. Hope this helps. It can be done. Don't let the Kia dealerships rob you. There you go.